my channel. My name is Katie. So today's video is an exciting one. I'm going to be talking about the process to buy land in the Cayman Islands. I'll specifically be talking about land on Cayman Brac because, as you may know, the Cayman Islands is made up of 3 islands: Grand Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Little Cayman. I currently live on Grand Cayman. What makes this video particularly exciting is that I just closed on my piece of land in Cayman Brac today. I just got back from the bank.
Let me see it, let me see it, let me see it, let me see it.
So there are a few reasons I decided to buy land on Cayman Brac. On an economic basis, it made the most sense. Land in Grand Cayman is at an all-time high and it's continually rising. This is mainly due to major foreign investment. In contrast, the prices in the Brac haven't seen such a huge jump. You are still able to get reasonable sized land for the cost. Another great reason to buy land on the Brac is that it has a bluff, unlike Grand Cayman. And you know, as we head into hurricane season, this is a great benefit. It's not the same as a mountain. However, Grand Cayman doesn't have a bluff, so it's a little bit of added protection. If there was a hurricane, you won't have as strong storm surges. So another great reason to buy land on the Brac is that there's currently a stamp duty waiver. You just need to apply for the stamp duty waiver. I thought that, oh, I'm buying land on the Brac, so okay, I'm gonna have the stamp duty waiver, but you do actually need to fill out the application form. For the application form, it's just to ask the value of the land, when you're planning to build, that kind of stuff. It's nothing too crazy, to be honest. And then you need to also attach your offer letter and proof of ID. I don't know if it's, I know stamp duty on Grand Cayman is currently for first-time Caymanian buyers only, the duty waiver. But I think on the Brac, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure if it's open to anyone. I don't think it's for Caymanians only because they didn't ask me to provide proof of me being Caymanian. So I'm not sure. Cayman Brac is also not as overdeveloped as certain parts of Grand Cayman. This then provides a lot more peace and tranquility on island. I think it's a great place to have a second home. Back in the day, I wanted to buy some land in Jamaica because I do have some family in Jamaica and I really love Jamaica. It's very beautiful. But honestly, just being overseas, not living in Jamaica, I found it to be a bit hard. And also with the high crime rate, I thought, yeah, let's not do that. Let's support locals. So I'm like, yeah, why not have a second home on Cayman Brac? Okay, so now that we've gone through the reasons for buying land on Cayman Brac, let's go through the process. That is very important. Set a budget. This is very important. Consider what is an appropriate monthly payment. Unless you're rich and you're going to just pay this money out of your account, you're going to need a loan from the bank. So you need to know what can you afford monthly for your payment. This will then affect the range on the type and size of land that you want to purchase. Next up, you need to find a real estate agent. So I have the best real estate agent. Her name is Juliet. I'm going to leave all her info in the description box. She made this process for me of buying land on the Brac so easy, such a smooth sail through. Like, I'm forever grateful for her. So you need to find a real estate agent. If you're ever in Cayman, check Juliet. A great reason to use a real estate agent is for their key contacts. So the land I purchased on the Brac is actually on the bluff and it overlooks the sea. It's gorgeous, right? However, those plots of land aren't easy to come by, right? So because I had a real estate agent and she had key contacts, she had good relationships with people, she was actually able to find me this piece of land. If I was looking for it on my own, I know I wouldn't have been able to find this piece of land. I don't know any key contacts. I don't know anyone in the Brac that close. So it's important that the real estate agent that you use is a good person and they have key contacts. So a lot of stuff that wouldn't be available, they can probably talk to people and say, hey, are you thinking to sell? Or, oh yeah, I know you're not planning to sell for another couple of years, but you know, I know this person that is looking, you know, is interested, that kind of thing. So I think it's very important to use a real estate agent that has good relationships with people because their key contacts really come in handy. If you plan to get a loan from the bank, you are going to need a land valuation of the property. So normally you'd sign the offer to purchase once you've had the land/property evaluated. This is so that you can put in an offer for the property. The seller will come with a price. You either agree to pay that price or you then decide to offer a different price. And it's on the seller to determine whether they actually agree or not. This process can go back and forth. For me with this process, they offered this amount. I put it down 2K. They accepted. Great. With the offer to purchase, when you both agree on a price, you need to pay a deposit. Normally this is 10% of the sale price. This will lay out key terms of the sale, also specify any covenants of the land. This is very important. This covers rules on how the land may be used, how big the property needs to be that you plan to build on. Are you allowed to put apartments there, a duplex, a triplex? There are certain things in the covenant that can't be broken, so it's very important for you to read this. So I knew for this land that I wanted to put a house with a nice infinity pool, etc. But I also want to one day own apartments. So you have to be careful that the land you're buying allows that. So it's very important for you to check the covenants of the land. Never forget that this is a huge investment, so you want to make sure that you're happy with all terms of the offer to purchase. With the offer to purchase agreement and the valuation from the valuator, you will then be able to land your secure funding from your lender. Just a quick note, this can be a drawn out process. I started this process in February and today is Friday, May 28th, and I just signed the closing documents. So it's very important to ensure that the agreement includes sufficient time for the finance and closing process. So you want to make sure that the seller doesn't get frustrated like, hey, where's my money? Why is this taking so long? You know, I had amazing sellers. Like, they didn't complain, at least not to me, and maybe Juliet, they complained to Juliet, but they never said, oh, we're taking back our offer, anything like that. So I think it's very important to put sufficient time, depending especially on the bank you go to, in the offer to purchase. I would say 2 to 3 months. That's just on me, you know. So let's get down into costs. So the land I wanted in Cayman Brac was listed for $82,000. I offered $80,000. The seller agreed. You have to pay a deposit. My deposit was 10% of the sale price. So 10% of $80,000, $8,000. So I had to pay $8,000 to the real estate agent to put in an escrow account, right? Then I went to the bank now and I asked, hey, can I have a loan for $72,000 because I only needed $72 now. You can actually ask the bank for the $80K, so you can get back that $8,000 that you put down for your deposit. That's fine. However, I didn't want to do that, so I just asked for a loan for $72,000. Because there's currently a stamp duty waiver on land in Cayman Brac, I didn't have to pay stamp duty. So I'll put on screen the amount with no stamp duty and the amount with stamp duty. I also had to pay for a land valuation. Land valuations currently go for about 500 KYD. I got a deal and I paid $350 for my land valuation. Then for closing costs, because I went through the credit union, we didn't have to pay legal fees for closing costs. Thank God. So my closing costs, the only closing cost that I had to pay was 200 KYD, and that was to government for lands and surveys. So it's for them to transfer the land. After you sign your closing documents, celebrate. That's what I'm doing tonight. So I'm going out tonight to celebrate getting land on Cayman Brac, because it is a huge accomplishment, and as a young Caymanian, I'm really just trying to strive to be better and, you know, secure a better future for myself and hopefully my kids and family, you know.